Hello and welcome to this course on the Rust programming language. My name is Dimitri, and before we begin, I'm going to basically talk about myself. Who am I? Why am I teaching this course? So my name is Dimitri. Here is a picture of me just so you know what I look like, even though I'm on the camera as well. I work in an area called quant finance, which is an interesting mixture of mathematics and finance and some interesting computing applications as well. I am a frequent conference speaker, a blogger, a podcaster, generally involved in the development community quite a lot. And this is a course on the Rust programming language. Now, the format of this entire course is live coding, meaning that for each of the topic we're going to discuss, I'm basically going to be working with the code, writing the code, executing it, showing you what the end result actually looks like. Alright, so what is Rust exactly? Well, Rust is a brand new or reasonably new programming language. It's made by the Mozilla Corporation and it's already had a 1.0 release. In fact, as I'm recording this, it's at version 1.5 already. Now, Rust is native code, so it does not have a virtual machine of any kind. It is a native code language, and the goal of Rust is to be both powerful and safe at the same time, and as such, it provides an interesting alternative to languages such as C and C++, D, Go, and some of the others. Rust introduces new and interesting concepts specifically with relation to memory safety, and even if you're not interested in switching a language right now, you might find a few interesting ideas by looking at Rust's design. So what exactly is in this course? Well, first of all, we're going to talk about how to actually get Rust to install, how to set up your IDE to work with Rust, and then we're going to jump right into the language and we're going to talk about the data types that Rust supports, such as integral types, floating point types, and the kind of variable declarations that you can have and how to work with them. Then we're going to talk about control flow, basically things like if statements and for loops, and the extremely powerful match statement that Rust supports. Then we're going to talk about the various data structures, and this is a rather large section because we need to talk about strings and arrays and vectors and all sorts of other things which make life with Rust easy. And then we're going to talk about functions, not just global functions, but also member functions and closures and higher order functions, things like that. Then we're going to talk about Rust's unique concept of lifetime, which is what actually lets you manage how long your variables live for. And finally, we're going to talk about a few extraneous topics such as unit testing and documentation. So after completing this course, you should be able to solve problems in Rust. You should be able to open up your editor and solve the problem using the Rust language. You should understand also the Rust strengths as well as its weaknesses. You should effectively be able to leverage Rust's memory safety guarantees, which are rather interesting by themselves. And finally, you should be able to write full applications and libraries using the Rust language. Also, you should be able to test and document your code after you've written the code. Alright, so if you're ready, let's jump right in.